Green Patch. Today I'm really excited to introduce you to Tim Tam, to Dimitri and also to Arjun. Now today we're going to crown Arjun the king of compost because a few years ago Arjun wrote the most amazing letter to Mr. Dunn. What was this letter all about, Arjun?
It was about reducing waste from our school and saving the environment.
And today we're going to begin such an initiative. This is our Compost Club and we're going to go through step by step on how to set up your compost.
Select a series of compost bins. Ours have a 240 litre capacity. Our Compost Club is positioned within one of the sunniest parts of the green patch. The wall behind will increase the warmth of the heat and break down the compost quicker. This stainless steel rodent barrier will protect the compost from rat invasion. The tiny little perforated holes allow the compost to drain but stops any rats digging through. Its edges are sharp, so we will bury them into the ground. We began by measuring around the circle circumferences, then breaking through the decomposed granite capping. Drainage must be good below the heaps, so the boys dug down about 20 centimetres and then they infilled and levelled each of the holes. The rodent barriers then had a nice flat platform to sit. And once the bins were placed on top, they refilled for a nice snug fit. But they can easily be removed when we harvest our compost. As good tradesmen do, the boys cleaned up the space, ready to begin layering our compost cake.
Now before we begin our cake, let me introduce myself. I'm Adam, and I want to tell you how to create the right compost environment using the Adam principle.
And to explain the Adam principle today, I've got Adam W and Adam C. And our A stands for
Aliveness.
microorganisms such as bacteria and fungi, and soil additives and water additives like seaweed solutions, and also things like yogurt, molasses and complete organic fertilizers. And D stands for
Diversity.
we need a wide range of materials, about 60% brown carbon and about 40% green nitrogen-rich waste. And the final A stands for
Aeration.
yes, because we need to mix our compost to get more and more air into the mix. Turn it over with the compost corkscrew. And the last M stands for
Moisture.
to squeeze like a sponge. Down here in Compost Club, you've got great instructions on how to make your compost cake mix. When you're part of the maintenance crew, one of your jobs will be to tend the heaps. These easy to follow steps will allow you to look at what you can add as a brown carbon layer, and then upon that layer you'll put a green nitrogen rich layer, then returned back to the brown, followed by green, brown, until your beautiful compost cake evolves.
We begin with a layer of snapped sticks collected all around the green patch. This creates a well-drained base. Our endless supply of falling leaves adds to our first brown layer. Now it's time to get some aliveness into our heap. Earthworms and all. Jordan and Asher kindly brought in some of their compost heap to get ours activated, and those microorganisms are going to make a great difference. And we topped up their black gold with a spadeful or two of our patch soil. Great to get those local microbes in as well. Matthew added in a little bit of moisture, then added our first layer of green nitrogen-rich
Lawn clippings.
Now to balance all that moist nitrogen layer, we add some carbon in the way of shredded paper. This comes from all around the school and the boys have enjoyed recycling it. Then it's time to grab your compost corkscrew. Put it into the mix and twist and twist and twist. Then lift out the layers and mix them through. Each class will have a compost monitor, and after every fruit break, they will collect up any fruit scraps except for citrus and load them into the compost bins. Additional veggie waste will come from our local supermarkets. Our brown waste comes from some surprising locations around school.
Vacuum cleaner dust. Pixel shavings.
Crushed eggshells. And from senior school's Wood Tech workshop.
Wood shavings.
And to make it smell nice, our used coffee grinds from the staff room. In containers opposite the compost bins, you can easily access brown and green waste to add to the layers. Finally, to balance the acidity of the heap, add a teaspoon or a few shakes of compost conditioner once a week. Mix it in well and then give it one last big drink. Remember, moist like a sponge. Then tuck it in with a nice insulating compost blanket. When the bin is full, it's time to stop feeding it, but you do need to keep turning it 2 to 3 times a week and add in that lovely sprinkle of compost conditioner. In 6 to 8 weeks, you should have some lovely, nice, soft, crumbly compost. Spread it round the drip line of plants and then add a nice layer of mulch.
What a great way to bring dead things back to life.